Konnichiwa, Satoko desu. Welcome back to my easy Japanese lesson. On our last lesson, we learned the should sentences. They were 失礼します and 失礼しました in a past tense. They were equivalent to excuse me or I beg your pardon. So 失礼しました in a past tense, you could use this sentence if you mispronounce somebody's last names. I would say like a light apologies. So yeah, it's like I beg your pardon, I'm sorry. It's a very polite way of saying it. And today we're going to learn Yōkoso. It means welcome. A few lessons ago we learned いらっしゃいませ. This is a sentence you would definitely hear in Japan, right? So ようこそ and いらっしゃいませ, they mean the same, welcome. And generally at the restaurants or hotels, you would hear いらっしゃいませ as welcome. It's a polite way of saying it. And if you're inviting your friends or guests at your home, you would say いらっしゃい. It's a casual way of saying いらっしゃいませ, which is welcome. And if you're welcoming somebody to your city or your country, you would use ようこそ. So let's take a look at the pronunciation first. ようこそ. And if you cut into half, the first part, ようこ. It's the same pronunciation as Yoko Ono's Yoko. That's John Lennon's wife. Yoko. And then so. It's like so good, the so. So you can memorize it like Yoko Ono, so good. And just take Yoko and so, Yōkoso. So in Japanese though, we actually write it like Yōkoso in a Japanese character. But there are OU there, so you pronounce it like O. But you know, this seems very confusing, so to make it easier, we just put the bar there, Yōkoso. And so if you want to say welcome, you would say Yōkoso. And how about welcome to the place? How would you say it? So the first, to, we say e. So as in emojis, e. And in Japanese, it's the order is different. So in English, we say welcome to the place. In Japanese, the place to welcome. So welcome, we already know this, Yōkoso. So e Yōkoso, and we just have to add the place at the beginning. The place e Yōkoso means welcome to the place. So if we want to say welcome to Japan, how are we going to say it? So Japan in Japanese is Nihon or Nippon. Doesn't matter which one you use. But I think we might use Nihon more than Nippon. That's just my guess. So if you want to add Nihon into this formula, Nihon e Yōkoso. Nihon e Yōkoso. Welcome to Japan. Now we're going to learn some of the cities and countries names in Japanese. So the first of all, Canada. Sorry, this is a country I live. I'm a Canadian. So we say Canada. We don't have the cat sound pronunciation in Japanese. Canada. How about Toronto? That's the city I live currently. So Toronto, we say Toronto. Remember, we don't have R sound in Japanese, so you pronounce it like L, right? Toronto. How about Vancouver? That's the city I lived for 18 years. It's like my home. Beautiful place. Vancouver, we don't have V sound in Japanese, so we pronounce it like B. Okay? So Vancouver. Vancouver. All right? So how about America, my neighbor country? So we say America. Again, R becomes L sound, right? America. And New York, my favorite city. We say New York. Not that hard, right? New York. And how about Los Angeles? Well, we say LA, right? So in Japanese, we actually shorten it as well. So instead of saying LA, in Japanese, we say Los. So it's pronounced it like loss. It's like your loss, my loss, the same pronunciation like loss, okay? And Los Angeles, we say Los Angeles. Los Angeles. And now we're going to Europe and England. We say イギリス. イギリス. Again, R becomes L. イギリス. And the last one, London. This one is the easy one. We say London. London. Same. So if you want to say welcome to America, you would say アメリカへようこそ。アメリカへようこそ。And how about welcome to LA? You would say Los へようこそ。Los へようこそ。So today's lesson was ようこそ。Thank you for watching, guys. どうもありがとうございました。And if you still haven't, please subscribe. And if you like, please press the like button. ありがとう。And I'll see you guys on our next lesson. じゃあね。バイバイ。